CrackBerry.com.
Hi everyone, Adam Zeiss here for CrackBerry.com. Check out the BlackBerry Convertible case for the BlackBerry PlayBook. Pretty cool case overall. It makes your playbook into kind of like more of a journal, so you can carry it around with you at the office or when you're out and about. And it doesn't really look too techy or geeky when you're out, so you can just cart this around. Gives you good protection. It's got leather all around. You can see the playbook's entirely encased here. And it's got openings for everything. There's the camera on the back there. And then you have your buttons up top here, headphone port. And you can open it up. The playbook just sits inside there. You can see you got your charging ports on the bottom. So I'll go ahead and pop it out real quick. You can see here it's just this kind of flexible rubber here. And then it's got velvet or whatever it is in there to go on the screen and all that, so that's pretty much it. It's pretty light without the device in it, and it only fits in this one way, so go ahead and snap it back in there. So when you have it, you can do it, for reading. You can use it like a little book cover there. You can open it down, it flips all the way back open, so you can hold your playbook in that way, and get everything done there. And it's got all the ports are open. There's the camera there, buttons up top here, opening on the side. Doubles as a stand, so you can pop it open. It's got two little raised things here, so you can have the high stand and the lower stand. It's great for watching movies on the plane. You can set it up on your desk for when you're just hanging out, and you can see how it folds up there. And then it flips closed. So it's great to carry around, when you're at the office or something like that. It just looks pretty much just like a normal notebook. But it's definitely got some cool style to it. It's got the BlackBerry logo and everything there. And all your ports are open. The thing I don't like at times is that the charging ports are on the inside there. So to charge, you have to have the case open in some aspect as opposed to having them on this side. But at the same time, the headphone jack's up top here, so if you were listening to music or something with it closed, you wouldn't be able to watch a movie, or listen to music with it closed, rather, because you obviously couldn't watch a movie if it was closed. But the biggest gripes from pretty much everyone are the buttons up top here. You can see they're pretty much covered up, and depending on your device, the power button doesn't really work worth a damn. So you can see there I got it, but you have to give it a ton of pressure to get it to turn on, so it's kind of a drag. And you can see there I get the little imprint from how hard I push it. And the volume buttons are kind of the same. They're a little bit easier to use, but definitely not the way they should be. So it kind of sucks in that aspect. So I mean, worst case, you can always pick it up and hit the buttons, but you shouldn't have to do that on the case. So I'm a big fan of it overall, but that's the biggest gripe. The good thing is that you don't have to actually use the power button, so you can let it time out and then do your swipe from bezel to bezel to get it to turn on. So it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's still kind of a drag. But overall, one of my favorite cases. Just all around good protection. You don't look too toolish when you're out carrying it around. We had these at BlackBerry World, and you can just kind of cart it around, throw it down on the table. Nobody really knows what it is for the most part. Gives you good protection in your briefcase, your purse, wherever it is. If you wear large jeans like Kevin does, you can actually fit it in your back pocket with the case on. But I have normal jeans, so I can't fit it in my pocket, which isn't a big deal. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Definitely a good multi-purpose case. When you try to take a picture with the camera, you obviously have to have the flap open, so you're kind of hanging it out to do that. But depending on what your needs are, you can get by with it for sure. It beats the neoprene zip sleeve by far. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's all around pretty great case, but definitely would love for some kind of redesign, whether these are open or they just fix them so that you can actually hit the buttons a hell of a lot easier than you can right now. But that's it. Definitely a good case. I recommend it if you can get by the whole button issue. But that's the BlackBerry convertible case for the BlackBerry PlayBook.